Hey Pure Maths team, so this is the promised video from our Trigonometry section. We're looking at 5.6 Trigonometric Identities. Now we've learned two identities. The first one, tan theta is equal to sine theta over cosine theta, and secondly, sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. So those are the two identities we need to know in Pure Maths 1. And so any question that's asking you to prove that something is equivalent is going to require you to use this kind of thinking. So you should always be thinking about these two rules when you're given a problem. Now, here's the problem that you guys were asking me about. Sine theta to the power of 4 over tan theta is equivalent to sine theta cosine theta minus sine theta cosine cubed theta. So what I'm going to do here, in my first step, is I'm going to get rid of this tan theta using my identity. So hopefully you can see now that we could simplify this again. A whole number divided by a fraction. Think of it that way. This is going to go to the top. So we'll get sine to the power of 4 theta times cosine theta all over sine theta. And that is going to cancel out one of our sine thetas at the top. So we're going to be left with sine cubed theta cosine theta. So now let's work with that. Now I'm needing to get a cosine cubed theta. So I've got to think carefully, how am I going to do that? Well, obviously to get cosine cubed from a cosine theta, I'm going to need to multiply that by cosine squared theta. And I'm going to use this identity here. I could rearrange this identity, couldn't I? I could say that cosine squared theta is equal to 1 minus sine squared theta. Or I could say sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus cosine squared theta. This is the one I'm going to use. So I'm going to split this up into sine squared theta into sine theta cosine theta. Now let's just check that we have the same thing here. When I expand the bracket, I will have sine cubed theta cosine theta, so that's the same. Now I'm going to use this identity here, 1 minus cosine squared theta into sine theta cosine theta. So sine squared theta now has been replaced by 1 minus cosine squared theta using our second trig identity. Okay, now let's expand the bracket. 1 times this is sine theta cosine theta minus cosine squared theta times this will be minus sine theta cosine cubed theta, which is what we wanted to prove. So we're done. Okay, keep those questions coming. It's great to hear from you. If you're getting stuck with these, always go back to the basics. You've got to be using one or both of these two identities. Think logically about which ones you're going to need, which one you're going to need to use, and how it's going to help you. The key to this one was realizing to get get rid of that tan to start off with, and then work out that you've got to get a cosine cubed theta from a cosine squared theta multiplying that. That was kind of the key in this particular one. Okay, I wish you well with those. Good luck, guys. See you later.